So I was driving down here last night, and I was coming down here from the north. So, up there usually we're used to seeing signs that say, "Bridge may ice in cold weather." Well, I was driving down here today, and I was crossing a bridge, and I saw a sign that said, "Bridge may," I couldn't read the rest, it had melted off. It's really hot down here. There's a lot of differences between the north and the south. I mean, you can bring a northerner down here, teach him to talk like us, but you try and take me up north, I'd rather go fishing. No, can we, and those northerners, right? Right, we're all in Auburn, right? Those northerners, they think they're so smart. One of them told me the other day, said, there's 24 hours in a day. Well, how many hours there in that then? Okay. And we know what else we love down here? We love God. Can we hear it for God? I love God. Can I hear it for God? Does anyone love God? Clap if you love God. Well, I would never change the Bible. I would never change the Bible. But, there are some things I would add. Because the Ten Commandments idea really interests me. Yeah, I was thinking, what if there was like an extra commandment, like an 11th commandment? And I was thinking, okay, what could it be? Because there's a lot of things that aren't in the commandments, like, here's one. Thou shalt not text and drive. That would be a good one. Who thinks that's a good one? No, because distracted driving's bad, right? No. And I'll call myself out of it. I don't do it all the time, but I watch YouTube videos just if I'm driving, but it's real interesting stuff. That stuff. The worst kind of distracted driving is when you are having a fight with the person in the passenger seat. It can be anybody. It can be your daughter, it can be your wife, and you're just fighting, you're yelling at them, and that's the worst because then you almost want to drive off the road. I'm kidding. For real. I'm kidding. You know what else would make thou shalt not text and drive a good commandment? We would know God existed. Because, 100 years ago, whenever they wrote the Bible, people would be reading that and be like, God, what is phone? But now we read it and be like, oh, look at that. Amazing Grace is about a real person. That's amazing. That's amazing stuff. I read the Bible last night. What an amazing book. First off, there's a lot of stories I didn't know were in the Bible. I'm sure you don't know they're in the Bible. Okay, so in the Bible, there's this one book called Jonah and the Whale. And it's about this guy named Jonah. And it doesn't really matter what he does, but he gets swallowed by a whale because of God. And, you're thinking, whale, big fish, it doesn't matter. But now this is serious. Science has found the remains, like the skeleton of a big fish, could have been a whale, at the bottom of the ocean. How do we know it's from Jonah time? Well, they carbon dated it, which is amazing. And that got me thinking about, how are they going to find my wife in the future? Because she's cut out carbs. She's carb off. And I don't think anyone's going to be dating her because we're never getting divorced. I love my wife. I love my wife. Oh my gosh, I love my wife. And I love our daughter. She was due for June, but she is a Valentine's Day baby. She's premature. She's like a little tadpole, but someday I hope I'll have a big frog of a daughter. I love my daughter, her glass-like body. Sometimes I'm scared to hold her. I think she's going to shatter. But my wife is a very anxious person. She's very highly strung. She couldn't last the whole 9 months. She was busy, all right? I love my wife, though. She's so beautiful, and she loves going to the gym. And she has this fitness instructor, and we have this joke. He's the gym husband, and people ask me, they're like, Harrison, are you jealous of your fitness instructor? No, I don't know how much she's at the gym, 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, I don't care. But this gym instructor, you should see him. He's really not her type. I mean, he's this big, muscular black guy, and look at me. I'm the one she chose. I love my wife. You know who I don't love? My mom. Don't love my mom. We used to do this thing, me and my mom. We went to the zoo together. Yep. We'd go to the zoo. Thanks. We'd go to the zoo, and, I love the animals, and she loved the people watch. So together we go to the zoo. I would count the stripes on the zebra. She would count pregnant women without wedding rings. I would point out fish in, the lake area, and she would point out haircuts and tattoos I couldn't get. I would come home really excited to talk about the monkeys, and Like, oh my God, do you remember when we saw that chimpanzee? She would be in the car ride going, no, you remember when we saw that little person, that dwarf? I'd be like, wow, Mom, you're really, I remember she's so judgmental. We saw an elephant, she said, look at that ugly woman, look at that ugly, ugly woman. Wow, you guys like impressions? You guys like impressions? I'm gonna do a few impressions.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my impression of a baby. Goo goo! Goo goo! Goo goo! Babies can't say words. Wow. Alright, everybody. Here's Paul Giamatti. Wow, the holdover. Oh gosh, come on. Anyone? What was the other joke? Oh, I was in human trafficking once. I thought I'd never get to work. It was awful. I was late, actually. Okay.